You know, that's the arch in St. Louis. I really don't believe that's a parabola. Okay, Jane? I don't think that's a parabola. It's probably a catenary. When you look at suspension bridges, they're called catenaries. They are not parabolas. They're close. But basically, that's the shape we're going to look at. This is probably a combination of a variety of different shapes. Not just parabolas on a roller coaster. Okay. Okay, guys? Shall we? There are different forms of the equation for the parabolas. Now remember, the equation y equals mx plus b. Emma? Jack? Y equals mx plus b. What's that? If I were to graph that, what is that a graph of? Slope and y-intercept, what's the graph look like? A line. India. I'm not sure what you can do. You might have to turn it off and then turn it back on. I don't know why it doesn't work. Let's just do this anyway. Okay, these are the different forms. You're going to know the different forms. You're going to notice something interesting about them, maybe eventually. What happens when you multiply, Jack? X times x, you get a what? X squared. Parabolas have x squareds in them. That's the leading exponent. The leading term is going to be an x squared. How about if you multiply this one out? X minus h quantity squared. Would you get an x squared? Shall we? If you multiply this out, would you get an x squared? What's x times x? They all have x squareds in them.
It's like foil.
It is foil. A cube, if you have x cubed, is going to be like this kind of a shape. X to the fourth is going to be like this kind of a shape. Okay, so later on in the upper level math classes, you'll learn about the other functions. Now, do you remember what domain is?
Yeah, domain and one end to the other end.
It's the allowed inputs. This is the horizontal. As far as you're concerned, they'll probably be x values, but it's the horizontal values. Okay? What's the range? Those are the vertical ones, and they're called the outputs. So what we're going to do today is graph using the graphing calculator. I have some graphing calculators you can borrow, I think. I don't know if there's anything in here. I've got one. And these are going to be the vertical. And we're going to be reading off the graph what our domain and range is. So it's not going to be very difficult. I know how to graph them by hand, so it probably takes me less time to graph it than it does for you to do it. The domain. It's alphabetical. It's this way. And this is this way. It's alphabetical. Outputs vertical. Inputs horizontal. X and Y. I guess it isn't quite alphabetical. Okay, we ready? We are going to graph y equals x squared by hand. You could put it on a little graphing calculator, but it's not that hard to do. Now, Jans, what numbers can I put into x squared? What numbers can I square? I can square 2. What else can I square? 4. What's the easiest number of them all? Easier than 1. 0. What's 0 squared? What's 1 squared? 2 squared is 4. Okay? What about negative numbers? Can we do those? What's negative 1 squared? It means negative 1 times negative 1. What about a negative 2? Are the outputs ever negative? India? Are these outputs ever negative? This is the end. Well, the squared always operates on whatever number that is, so it's always in parentheses. So if x is equal to negative 3, it's negative 3 squared. What is negative 3 squared then? 9. Okay. So now we're just going to graph the points. That's all. So I'm going to graph 0, 0. Then I'm going to go 1, 1. 2 is going to go up to 4. 3 is going to go up to 9. I already know where it is. It's up here. Okay? The negatives also do the same thing. There's a lot of symmetry here. And so these are not lines, these are curves. So don't make them straight lines or I'm going to mark it wrong. And that's what a parabola looks like. It's like this. This is an absolute value. A parabola has got, yes. This is a parabola, but an absolute value has got straight lines, yes. It's still a parabola. And they could go down. They'll go down when I have y equals negative x squared. You'll see that when you do the quick graphing. Okay, what's my domain? What are my inputs? India? What other numbers can I put in here? Are there any restrictions on my numbers, or can I just put anything in? Anything. Any number, any real number that we have. They're imaginary, but we're not going to do those. So we're going to go from negative infinity to positive infinity. You guys, these are parentheses, not brackets. Now, what about the range? What are the y values? What's the smallest y coordinate we have here? Because we're looking at this figure. What's the smallest y? Yeah. What's the smallest y value? 0. So now I'm going to be particular about this. We want to include 0, okay, Nick? And if we include it, we must use a bracket. Before I let you get by with parentheses, but it's actually going to be included. So I want a bracket. Do we ever get to infinity? We never get to infinity. Infinity is a concept. We should never get there. This is a parentheses, that's a bracket. And that's all there is. Okay, so, and I can't use reflector on my quick graph. Okay, let's look at that one.
Oh, that is
Wait, what's the domain? Domain's the easy one. India, what's the domain? What are the x values? Negative infinity to positive infinity. There's no restriction. You can put anything into that parabola. What comes out? Sayla? What are the y values? Starts at -2. Okay, you guys, it goes from -2 all the way up forever, so it goes to infinity.
Why not 4?
There's all these values. 4 is correct. So it's 4.1, 4.2, 4.0001. All of these numbers, this is continuous. All of these, it's all of these y values. Think of it vertically. It never stops. Okay, Jane. Okay, try that one. What's -5?
The range.
Starts at -5 and goes to where? To infinity. Now, what's the domain? Jack, what's the domain? Negative infinity to infinity. Why is it -5? Because it starts down here. Why am I getting this? I didn't even think about it. Okay, shh. So that would be you. Okay. Any questions on domain and range? Domain, guess what's true about the domain for parabolas? Sarah, what's always true about the domain for parabola? It's always negative infinity to positive infinity. Yes. That's infinity. That's a symbol for infinity. It is a sideways 8.
That's what I thought too.
There's a sideways 8. Okay, ready? Okay, we have the quick graph, F. Most of us do. Now, how do you add an equation? Guys? Guys? Jen? Sarah? Sarah. Guys! Press the plus key up here, and then if you want to do y equals, it will say y equals, type in the x, it's over here on the side, and then the caret, you have to do the caret, x squared. Yeah, I wish it would fix that. And then you press done, and the graphs should graph it. Now, if you touch up here, this little arrow up here, then you can change the color. So you got to go to plus. Then you type it in. You see how to do it? Yeah. No, it should be a parentheses like you're doing. Parentheses. Only when it includes that number. So like down here, I really do get to -5, so it's included. So then I use a bracket. Yeah. Okay, ready to try some graphs? I've got 3 examples for you to graph. Now, you guys, you know how to take a screenshot?
Yeah. Screenshot it down.
Okay, so try type. Now, when you type this in, you are going to have to use parentheses. You have to parentheses x minus 7, and then close the parentheses, and then the caret. And I can't use Reflector app. It doesn't work with this, unfortunately.
What do we put through?
You don't have to delete it. Some people put all the pictures on one picture. And then if you press the on-off button with the little circle button at the same time, it'll take a screenshot of what you just did. Okay, I know what this looks like. You guys graph it. Tell me if I did it right.
I finished.
Add. You can? Yeah. I'm going to graph this because I know what it looks like. These are the same, but this is how you have to enter it. You're graphing the one I have up here. No, they're the same thing. This is how you enter the square, that little caret key. He's not in the self-service store anymore? Oh, that's weird. You should update.
Should we just eat the one that we just made?
No, you don't have to. Oh, you don't have that. Yours is this way. Why does it? Why I think I've just turned it off and on again. Does yours work? Why she can't find it in the store again? Did you? Good.
We just put coffee in it.
You can? That's what you should get for this one. Now, I can see if I have any graphing calculators, but it's not, I don't know if this one's got any charge left. I haven't used it in a while. No, mine's dead. No, I don't have any graphing calculators, sorry. Okay, you guys, try the next one. You did all of them?
Yes.
You did that one? That's right. Jane, put that away, please. We're doing this. Okay.
Okay.
Please, give it off. Guys, we don't have time for this.
I'm on quick breath. I'm on quick breath. Okay, stop. God, we're gonna finish class so much. I give you guys semester. It's gonna be so much fun. Like besties. I have to be
Okay, that's what that one looks like. Oh yeah, and by the way, I forgot to ask you what the domain and range was here. Hey guys. Joey, settle down. Okay guys. Jen. Negative infinity to infinity, what's the range? Negative 2 to infinity. Anything interesting about the negative 2's? How did I do it without a graphing calculator? Good question.
How do we make
Just the sideways 8, like you said, goes like that. Okay, you guys, what's the domain here? Okay, Jack, what's the domain for this one? Negative infinity to infinity, and what's the range? If you graph it, you'll know. No. It's this point right here. Should be negative 4. Did I do that right, you guys? Joey. Ken. Try that one. Just have to graph them. I already know what they look like. They're all going to be the same. But they'll just be shifted. Yeah. Oh yeah. Not the cool ones. No, I don't think this one does it. Oh, we just put this back. There you go. It was this that you had? Or did you just hit it to go back? Yeah, you get the 3-dimensional. Oops. Sometimes it does that. Isn't that cool?
That's what I do. Like, how do you read one of these?
It's a cube.
Hold up, but how do you read one of these?
I don't know what you want to read.
I don't know.
And then you just do that to get back. Okay, guys, what's the domain? Negative infinity to infinity. Okay, what's the range? Jesse, what's the range? No. Look at the picture. It's right here. What is that y value there? What's the y value here? Negative 1. It's only 1 unit down, it goes up to infinity. Remember, the range does this. The range does this. The lowest y value, or the highest, because if it's upside down, that's what happens. And that's it. What if I have y equals minus x squared? Yeah, what if then we're going to do a worksheet. What about that one? So you're going to want to use a graphing calculator for the assignment. No.